Well, hello, hello, hello. I hope you all are having a super duper fantastic day out there today. Just because it fits doesn't mean you should. Doesn't mean you should, right? But we're going to get into that conversation in just a couple of minutes. You may be wondering what I'm talking about, but it ain't probably what you think. But look, you guys, it's Friday. It's my day, and I'm live at 5. Hey, I'm live at 5. Hey, I'm live at 5. Hey, I'm live at 5. Come on inside the room. Let's get this conversation going, right? Just because it fits doesn't mean you should. And I know naturally you might want to say you should wear it, right? Because I know when you hear something like that, you're thinking about some outfit that somebody got on that they should not have on. But that is not what I'm talking about, okay? What I am talking about is your schedule, the things that you're saying yes to, the things that you are committing yourself to, the things that you're giving your energy and your time to, right? Just because it fits, it doesn't mean that you should. Just because it fits, it doesn't mean that you should. So put it in the chat. Busy don't mean productive. Busy don't mean productive. Yep, that's what I said. Busy don't mean productive. Because I think we say yes to a lot of things because we want to feel like we're productive and we're moving forward and we have things to do. But some of this stuff is just being busy, right? Busy being busy to feel like we're important, to feel like we're a contribution, to feel like we're making moves, to feel like we're honoring our commitments, to feel like we're moving forward, to feel like we're doing something. But what I'm telling you is busy don't mean productive. Put it in the chat. Busy don't mean productive. So just because you can fit it on your calendar, in your schedule, in your commitment, it just doesn't mean that you should. So let me tell you what brought me to this conversation. Number one, put this in the chat. God could do more with less. God could do more with less. God could do more with less. Remember last year I shared that this was my epiphany. I was doing so many things. I was running myself ragged. I was like live every day. I was doing calls and sessions and I had the academy open and I was just like, oh my goodness, like this is just too much. And it's not reaping the benefits or reaping the results that I wanted. And I was doing a lot of stuff that was keeping me busy and maybe even moving the needle. Okay, Tamu, I see you inside the spot. Thank you so much for being here. Missy, thank you so much for being here. Y'all share the video, invite your friends. Let me tell you, okay, listen, God can do more with less. For sure, he can do more with less. I promise you he can because he does it all the time in my life, okay? But listen, so I had to revisit this on last week. I know you guys may have had a taste of what my schedule was like, but I'm gonna break it down for you like a good Christian. So on last Wednesday is when it started. I actually prepared myself to fly out for a turnaround trip to some part of Philadelphia, right? Because Philadelphia is the state, right? In Philadelphia, the state, right? So I was going to Philadelphia and I was doing a meeting, a turnaround meeting, right? I was flying in, flying back out. Wednesday was the night that I was packing to prepare to go. Well, I don't know what it is for me, but I can't sleep before a trip. Anybody like that? Like you got your nerves, the anxiety, scared you're going to miss the flight. Like I'm afraid I'm going to miss my flight. So for some strange reason, I can't sleep well. And I normally book early morning flights. Don't ask me why the crazy exists. It just exists. I book early morning flights. So as I was preparing myself to get ready to go on this trip, put it in the chat. Busy don't mean productive. Put it in the chat. Busy don't mean productive. Okay. So I get on this plane. I get to the venue. I get to the airport. Number one, my venue is an hour and 30 minutes away. So that's a drive in a car, right? I got car service. I get to the place. I get there. I got all these things that I need to do for the client. I meet the client. But then when I go back to my room after I do all the things that I need to do for the day, I have all these meetings set up, right? From church to this Jamaica trip, like we did at Vision Party. I jumped in on a little bit of that. And then I still had more things to do after I got off the call. So I wound up not laying down on Thursday night going into Friday morning until 1:40 a.m. Put it in the chat, 1:40 a.m. Put it in the chat, 1:40 to the a.m. And I woke up at 4:30 a.m. to be downstairs to meet the client at 5:30 a.m. Put it in the chat, team too much. Put it in the chat, team too much. So of course, after I finished, because it was just a breakfast, I ran a breakfast, I was done. At about 8:48 or something like that, I went back upstairs. I changed into my travel gear, right? By this time, I don't have to travel in business attire. I could put on a pair of jeans. I got my I am a Christian woman. I'm the standard shirt on, black long sleeve underneath. Okay, your girl is ready. And in my mind, I'm thinking, oh my God, I got the speaking engagement for the Bloom Beautiful Awards that God still ain't downloaded my message yet. I got to figure out what it is I'm going to be talking about tomorrow. Okay, it's Friday. The speaking thing was Saturday. All right, so I'm in the car for the hour and 30 minutes headed back to the airport. Yeah, team too much. Put it in the chat. Team too much. I know it's getting crazy, right? Already. So I'm heading back to the airport, and instead of me being able to rest or close my eyes before I get there, I'm waiting for God to download the message. Now, for all the speakers, the trainers, the teachers, you guys know that this is normal. Like, God kind of gives you and download things in pieces, right? One week he may give you the topic. The next week he may give you the points. The next week he may give you the story. Then the next week you might have been including all that, and he'll come and switch it up on you. Like, no, nobody told you that that's what you're speaking on. You speaking on this. Well, that's what I was going through. I was going through all the changes. So I get back, get on the plane. I'm working on the lesson. Get on the plane. Fly back here. I got a meeting. I land at like 3:42. I got a meeting at 4:30. I go live at 5 o'clock. I go back to the meeting that was on at 4:30 at like 5:15. I meet with somebody at 6 o'clock p.m. And then I'm in class from 7 o'clock p.m. to 11 o'clock a.m. Put it in the chat, team too much. Put it in the chat, team too much. Okay, so you with me, Timu, because you like, yeah, this is still sounding crazy. And you know I'm telling the truth, right? So look. So I get out of class at 11 o'clock p.m. And of course, you know, I'm still frantic about this message. I'm like, oh my God, okay, is it going to come together? Okay, needless to say, I'm like, okay, it's after midnight. I'm going to lay down and try to get some rest. But I'm going to get up at like 8 o'clock in the morning. And I'm going to get myself ready, like put the makeup on, full face, do all the things. And then I'm going to go back downstairs and I'm going to work on this lesson until I have to do this coaching session at 10 o'clock. Because we becoming the change. Put it in the chat. We becoming the change, right? The class, the becoming the change, folks. You up in here. Y'all know where we was at 10 o'clock. We was in session. And of course, you know, my mindset is always over deliver, right? So I never get off in an hour. I always pour out until I feel like everyone is complete or there's a place where I can stop, right? To move on. 11:30 something, we get off. My sister don't get off. I'm like, no, LaShawn, I got to bounce this lesson off of you. Do you understand, team too much? And I stay on there with her until it's time for the speaking engagement, going over what it is that I'm going to talk about. And I say all of this to say is that nobody told me to put all that stuff right behind each other the way I did on that calendar, right? Because just because it fits, it doesn't mean that you should. It doesn't mean that you should. So here's 3 things. See, y'all heard the crazy, right? So here's the 3 things that I want you to build into your calendar, your schedule, that I know better. I just didn't do it, right? Because sometimes you thinking, even though it's moving the needle, right, in different areas, right? Some is exposure, some is making money because you got money goals, right? Anybody got money goals? Put it in the chat. Money goals. Do you have money goals? Yes, yes. I want to know. Do you have money goals? So you're making decisions based on these goals that you have, but you got to make sure that this stuff makes sense. Because I ain't in my 20s, I'm in my 40s. And the things that I used to do in my 20s, I can't do in my 40s. And I don't know about y'all, but I wear glasses now. And I didn't never need glasses. I always had 20/20 vision, but not no more. Not no more. I got readers. Y'all see me up here with the readers. Sometimes I need it for distance. So if y'all got the polka dots, that's distance. If I got like the leopard, that's readers. Okay, I just want to let you know. All right. So listen. Here's the 3 things that you need to put in here. She said mental rest, physical rest, for sure, honey. It's all there. The first thing, number 1, building breaks. Build and breaks, like breathers. Because what I'm finding out too with the capacity of all the different projects that I work, and you shouldn't have more than 3 projects going on at a time. Put it in the chat. No more than 3 projects going on at a time. If you got more than 3 projects going on at a time, you on the same list as Teen Titans too much. Okay, 3 projects at a time. That's capacity. That's enough. So 3 projects at a time, and you should be building in breaks. And when I say breaks, I mean breaks to transition from one thing to the next. Sometimes you may block out like certain days for certain projects. Like maybe Wednesday is all about church stuff. Maybe, Thursday is all about business stuff. Friday is all about my contractual work. Like whatever it is, however you do it, whatever your system is, but you should definitely have breaks in between the different action items that you're doing and the conversations that you're having, because you need to shift gears. put in breaks. Hashtag put in breaks. The next thing that you need to do, okay? Now, this is where I definitely knew better. Is to build in breaks for breakdowns. And what do I mean for that? And thank you so much to my coach and my family and the people that I have surrounding me and my accountability groups, because, I had to have a conversation about the craziness last week. And breaks for breakdowns. So let me tell you what breaks for breakdowns are. So, sometimes during the day, you may have something planned, but something else pops up that needs your immediate attention. And I ain't talking about some of the stuff that y'all switch gears for and y'all drop stuff for. Like, no. Like real emergencies, things that you need to handle right now because time is of the essence. Maybe even the life could be at stake, right? That's an emergency. That's a breakdown. That's something that may shift your whole schedule for the day and you need to make up for it. But when you built in 30-minute increments, maybe 45, maybe even 15 for breakdowns. So when you have one, you be like, you know what? No worries. I can move this right here in the breakdown section and I can still get done what I need to get done today. It's just going to be later on in the day. So built in breaks for breakdown. So one is for breaks, like to shift gears, like to decompress, like 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Like when I set up my discovery call calendar, my discovery call calendar is in 30-minute increments. And there's 30 minutes built in or 15 minutes built in for the transition for another conversation. I don't have, and let me tell you, the discovery call schedule ain't all day. It's like a block of time on certain days of the week. So if you go to my discovery call session, number one, it's a 2-day rolling calendar, or really 3 days. So you can't talk to me about a discovery call until 3 days from now. Do you get what I'm saying? Because whatever is on my calendar for tomorrow is already set. You're not getting on no calendar tomorrow. So don't ask me about nothing about tomorrow. Tomorrow is set. You can talk to me about the day after tomorrow or the day after that. So my discovery call calendar don't allow people to book the next day. If you go there, you can't get on there tomorrow, right? So the same thing goes my calendar for my life. You cannot get on my calendar tomorrow. That's out. It's not even available, right? And Sunday is a question mark too, because I'm in training all weekend, okay? Just in case y'all didn't know. But anyway, for the breakdowns, you need slots for the breakdowns. And the last thing is rest, y'all. Just put it in the chat. Number 3 is rest. Yeah, because you do need to sleep. You do need time for your family, with your family. How about you need time to not do nothing? You need time to just watch boxing, because my husband and I, we boxing fans. We do all the things when it comes to boxing. Boxing on this weekend. Boxing was on last weekend. And I'm on it. And I ain't trying to miss it. Meaning that I need to chill out and give myself rest and time to do things that I enjoy. And I'm saying the same thing to you. She said, heavy on my beauty sleep. Okay. So look, you got the recap. Share it with your friends. Share it with your family. You need a break in there just for space for transition. You need a break for breakdowns. And you need rest. So what I'm going to do tonight, I got lots of training coming up this weekend. I'm resting. And then I'm going to get with y'all on Monday. All right? Always looking forward to serving you. It's Friday. I got lots of stuff coming up I need to share with you guys. I will on Monday, I promise. I love you guys. Have an amazing weekend. Bye. It's Friday. It's my